Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dark Alley Productions official YouTube page!
Oh, yeah!
It's been a very long time since we've done this. You haven't heard our voices and only our voices in like weeks.
Weeks and weeks.
We haven't done
weeks.
a podcast since the last Force Awakens trailer.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but we've done other stuff, which is good. But we thought we'd come back to where we started and do a podcast. Because why not?
Because, yeah.
So, the other reason we decided to do a podcast today instead of something else, because we were going to review The Night Before with Seth Rogen, but we were like, nah.
You people probably wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to... It's Seth Rogen. You know Seth Rogen's funny. So we were maybe going to do a Let's Play. We were like, nah, you know what? And I told my good friend Ryan here, I was like, we have something we could actually podcast about. And he's like, oh yeah, what's that? And I said, there's a new Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice trailer.
And I was like, what?
And I was like, yeah?
I was like, I need to see this shit.
And I was like, on the podcast, motherfucker.
Okay, sir.
So, here we are on the podcast. A lot of you have probably already seen the trailer, and that's why you click this video, is because you want to listen to other people bitch about it just like you and your friends are. This trailer dropped yesterday. He hasn't seen it yet. I've seen it. I'm going to show it to him live on podcast so we can get an actual reaction. But it was really disappointing.
Which really disappoints me because I actually liked the last trailer.
The last trailer was awesome. Like, the funny thing is, the first teaser sucked. It was nothing special. It was just like them on the roof and like whatever.
The first teaser sucked. The whole concept seemed to suck.
And then the last trailer came out and it looked awesome. It looked so fucking cool. And this trailer came out and it starts kind of cool, the middle's kind of cool, and then it just goes completely retarded down the drain. Looks like shit. Alright. So with that introduction, I bet you're very excited to see this trailer, Ryan.
I am so excited. You've broken it for me.
Alright then, without further ado, we are going to watch Batman vs. Superman official trailer number 2.
Let's do it.
Ready? Here it is.
Here we go. Time to be disappointed.
Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Bruce.
You must be new.
Why is Bruce Wayne driving his own car?
That is very unusual for Bruce Wayne to do.
Mr. Wayne.
I do like him as Bruce Wayne, though.
What's your position on the Bat vigilante in Gotham? Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. What'd you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff-piece editorial about an alien. I could burn the whole place down.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
I love that line. I have a bad history of freaks dressed like clowns because everybody knows it's the Joker. And from here it goes to shit.
I love bringing people together. How are we? Hi, hello.
Just such a bad casting choice.
That is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
That's such awkward humor. It's not funny. It's just bad.
Wayne is Erica's editor. That power can be innocent.
It's not Lex Luthor. He doesn't. It's like you said. He's not coming off as a villain.
That son of a bitch brought the
And this part's kind of cool, like just some Batman, Superman fighting stuff.
can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
You're psychotic. It's a three-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
It's time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
If man won't kill God, the devil will do it.
What have you done?
again, why is Wonder Woman here? That's my question.
I thought she was with you.
The last trailer was so much better.
Was that not one of the most disappointing things you've ever fucking seen, aside from the Phantom Menace?
I'm not gonna say that's one of the most disappointing things I've ever seen, but it's like you said, there's some parts of it that are cool, but there's some parts
There's so
of
much
it.
bullshit in it. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, like Jesse Eisenberg is being fucking Jesse Eisenberg.
No, Jesse Eisenberg sucks. That's why his career has gone a little down drain the past, like, since Zombieland.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, he's just being Jesse Eisenberg.
He plays the same dude in every movie, right? Like,
exactly. He's not a Lex Luthor. It's just Jesse Eisenberg trying to be a villain.
I hate this Lex Luthor. He comes in and he's all like, "Oh, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. I love bringing people together. Nice to meet you. Ooh, tough grip. Don't fight with this person." It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
that's not menacing. He just seems like a spoiled rich kid. That's not cool. Like, it's like, yeah, sure, you want him to get his ass kicked. That's just because he's a fucking douchebag, not because he's villainous or menacing or anything like that. Like, the original Lex Luthor, like, struck fear. He was like a villain. This is
not that villain.
So what did you think of the trailer then?
You know what, to be honest, it was okay. There was some kind of cool parts to it, but there was also some bad parts, and considering thinking about the last trailer that came out, the last trailer was so much better.
Yeah. What did you think of the CGI troll that was Doomsday or whatever in the end?
It's not the worst CGI I've ever seen, but it's not good.
Stupid. That's the one thing I've always liked about Batman, is it was so based in reality. Even the pictures from the upcoming Suicide Squad movie, their version of Killer Croc is so much more realistic. Like, he's just a beefed out guy who looks mutated. He's not like 100-foot tall crocodile monster. So
but don't forget, this is a crossover of Superman.
I know, but it just ruins it for me to see that giant CGI fucking thing.
Well, it's like, if they're gonna do a giant CGI thing, make sure it's good CGI.
Just too much CGI from the end of it. It was way too much. I like Zack Snyder's style. Like, he does a lot of CGI, like slow motion and his lighting. Like, some of the stuff where you see, like, Superman in the sky and it's pouring rain and his eyes light up. Like, that kind of shit looks awesome. But giant CGI monsters shooting red fucking explosions out of their eyes.
Yeah.
That's just not awesome.
Well, again, it's just the CGI's not done well. The CGI just doesn't look good.
No, it just they could have, if they were gonna do CGI, they could have done better. And the other problem with the trailer is it spoiled the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, it revealed the villain, right?
Revealed the villain, and that's like, I guarantee that's the end of the movie, because you see Superman and Batman fighting together in a movie called Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, so way to spoil their trailer.
Yeah, like, not like we already didn't know that. Ooh, we have a common enemy, we're gonna team up. Like, everyone knew that would happen, but now you've shown us that it happens, and now we're all mad. We're all angry about it now.
You know, it also confirms that Wonder Woman's gonna help them.
Yeah, like, and it also confirms that they don't know about Wonder Woman till that scene, because Superman's like, "She with you?" And Batman's like, "I thought she was with you." So she doesn't even fucking show up till that scene.
Which seems to be the last scene of the movie.
Which is something Angry Joe said, if you watch his angry rant. He said it seems like they're just shoehorning characters in to get the Justice League ready. Because that's the next movie.
Because they're so desperate to catch up to Marvel at this point.
Man, they don't need to catch up. If they took their time, made an epic Batman versus Superman, Ben Affleck comes out and makes The Batman, and just take their time, do one a year that's really good, it'd be fucking amazing. It'd be better than the Marvel movies, I think, because these are more adult. They're way darker.
Well, yeah, it depends on your, kind of your style preference. Like, if you're into the more comedic, lighthearted type of superhero movies.
Yeah, like the more kid-friendly, family-friendly. Yeah. Like, you're not going to show your kids Batman versus Superman.
No. Marvel's more for the kids, more, again, lighthearted, don't take so seriously type of superhero movie stories. Mm-hmm. Whereas DC's, the much more darker, violent, and
like you see in that trailer, you see the bloody guy hung up. Batman swore fucking 3 times. Like, it's not a kids movie, and that's kind of what I've always dug about Batman. Is there never been, not since Batman Forever,
But
they haven't been for kids.
that's the problem. They're rushing into this. It seems.
I
like.
know they're trying to, like, if you look at like the IMDb page of all the actors, they got fucking Daredevil in this. They got Aquaman in this.
Fucking Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, and they're all gonna make little cameos that are completely useless just to say, oh, they're part of the franchise now, and we could bootleg out fucking 50 movies to you in the next year.
And you know what? The things that made me laugh was that Marvel has established, and you got to give Marvel credit for this. They've established their universe so well.
Well, because they took their time.
They got it down pat. They know which year they're releasing their movies. They know which year like Phase 2 of the Avengers is. They know which year fucking Phase 3 is. They have the exact lineup made and ready. They know what they're doing, and they presented this to the people like, hey, this is our lineup of movies. Black Panther this year. This movie this year.
Civil War is out next year.
Yeah, fucking Infinity War is the final Avengers movie in 2018 or 19 or sometime like that. Like, they got it down pat. And so DC actually did something similar. You know, trying to
they know. If you look, same thing. If you look at their page, next year's Batman v Superman and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The year after is supposed to be Justice League and just Batman or something,
and I think even a Green Lantern movie at some point in the future.
and then an Aquaman movie, then a Wonder Woman movie after that, then Justice League Part 2.
And they're trying to get this fucking lineup and present it to people. But
Which
like,
that's cool.
Which it's cool, but you can tell
they shoehorn the characters in.
They don't have it down.
No,
you can tell
because you don't. We don't need Aquaman yet. We don't need Wonder Woman yet. We don't need Daredevil yet. Here's what they should have done: is just had Batman. All right, Man of Steel introduced us to our new Superman, and he's a good Superman. Fucking Henry Cavill. As much as I didn't like Man of Steel, and as much as in any other movie, Henry Cavill sucks.
Yeah,
he was a good Superman. Even in this trailer, he's a fucking awesome Superman. So what they should have done is just introduce Batman. That's it.
Yeah, not just go right for Batman versus fucking Superman.
Who else could we rush in? Go for Batman versus Superman, but take out all the other superheroes in it. Just bring in Batman. Show that. Show how Batman fits into this universe. Yeah. Then next year, the year after, 2017, come out with the original Batman. Just Batman. The Batman.
Still, they should have done... Before doing Batman versus Superman, they just should have had a Batman movie.
The Batman should have came out first.
Yeah, before doing this versus shit.
And here's the other thing that's kind of sucks about it, is I don't know how they're going to do it, because this version of Batman, Ben Affleck's version, takes place years after everything's already happened. Like the Jason Todd Jokers and all that's already happened. He's already defeated the Joker. He's locked up, which is what we're going to see in Suicide Squad, I think, is him break out. Which actually could be what the Batman's going to be about. Is maybe at the end of the Suicide Squad, the Joker breaks out, which is where you see him in that purple Lamborghini. And then...
Could be.
The Batman's about him taking down the Joker again. But they should have... I like that they're not doing the origin story again, because everyone knows Batman's origin story. But I wish it wasn't so far along where they didn't have much to tell, because I would have loved to have seen a movie about Jason Todd. Batman going through that. Batman recruiting the first Robin. His first encounter with the Joker. I would have loved to see all that but with Ben Affleck, but we're not going to now because his Batman's done all of that. He's defeated everybody. He's retired. He comes out of retirement specifically to fight Superman. So I think that just kind of cuts down on a lot of movies we could see. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're going to go back in time, maybe.
They could.
What do you think of... That's the best. We've gotten looks of what Ben Affleck Batman looks like, and I think he's my third favorite bat suit so far, because mine goes Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then this. What do you think?
My favorite bat suit is the Dark Knight.
Now where does this one take place? This big ripped gray bat suit.
I'm gonna say it's my second favorite.
Yeah, I really like the look of Ben Affleck's Batman. And we've gotten the look of him in the other trailer, but in this one we actually got, close-ups and his voice. What do you think of that?
He's got a good voice for it.
It's like he's doing the throat cancer, but he's not doing it so extreme.
No.
Like he's not full on. Where are the other drugs going?
Where are the other drugs going? Bring me your maker.
Justice.
Justice in the body.
Which is fun to make fun of. That voice never bothered me that much. Because I'm a huge fan of the Dark Knight trilogy.
No.
But it is fun to make fun of.
Oh, it's probably...
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I think it's the best Batman voice, fucking Christian Bale's, but yeah, it makes for good jokes.
Well, a lot of people make fun of it because they're like, what the fuck is he doing? But I do kind of say, realistically, if you know somebody well enough, like Michael Keaton didn't have a Batman voice. His Batman voice was his Bruce Wayne voice. I think anyone who knew Bruce Wayne that ever encountered Batman then would be like, wait a minute.
I've heard that voice.
You sound really familiar.
I swear I've talked to you before.
So like,
no, you haven't.
You have to somehow disguise your voice.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Ben Affleck.
That's the nice contrast between Christian Bale Batman's. Like his Bruce Wayne was very different from his Batman.
Yeah,
voice.
he talked very quietly. He was like, Rachel, I love you. Rachel.
And then his Batman voice.
Where are you
just going?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Fucking every time I hear that voice now, I think of the College Humor videos. Fucking, you got an S on your chest in case we forget who you are. S is a symbol for hope on my planet. Hope starts with an H, stupid.
And what does this stand for? Gratitude.
What does he say to him when he's like, oh, makes fun of his hair or something. He's like, you're wearing eye makeup. Fuck you.
You fucking nerd.
You nerd hair. Every time I think of Batman versus Superman now, that's what I think of. Like, fuck Ben Affleck and all this shit. Like, I immediately think of that. Fuck you. That should be like, they should just play that before the movie.
They should.
But, fuck, we got off topic there. But that's like the Christian Bale voice is like that. But Ben Affleck's kind of doing this thing where he kind of has that, but he talks more low. Like, friend of yours, I thought she was with you. Oh.
This is weird.
And he sees that dude but shoot red explosions out of his own face. And fucking Batman's like, oh shit. I don't know. I got so many mixed feelings about the movie because it's like, it's so different than The Dark Knight. So different than The Dark Knight.
Well, again, like this seems to be a pretty different Batman compared to Christian Bale's Batman. Like this one's more about the fancy tech and gear compared to Christian Bale's Batman.
Well, Christopher Nolan's idea was Batman in the real world. What would that be like?
Yeah.
But this is not doing that. This is kind of going back to the comics. And it's doing the Frank Miller Batman, which is in the real world, but at the same time a little over the top. Like that big ass suit he has and fucking monsters and shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know how I feel about it. Because that's what drew me into Batman was Batman Begins. A Batman movie taking place in the real world. So I don't know. I don't know. Fuck, man.
I'm mixed feelings about it too, because
I'm definitely going to see it. Like,
yeah.
First weekend's out, I'm going to see it. Well, probably not. It's probably going to be sold out like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it for sure. You know, whether I like it or don't like it remains to be seen.
But that's why we review it for you people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it depends on, like, how far it's out there it's going to be, I guess. Like, you know, I watched Superman. I watched Man of Steel.
It was pretty far-fetched.
It was far-fetched, but you know what? I liked it.
I didn't.
But then again, that was Superman. So
yeah, so
far-fetched
I guess
makes sense.
But Batman is he's just a human. He's just a very rich guy who's apparently really ripped in this one and
that was
can fight.
That was always my issue with Batman integrating with these heroes. Was like, okay, Batman's a detective who kicks ass. Really smart guy, knows how to use gadgets, knows how to solve a crime scene. You know, expert fighter. but he has no superpowers, and you're telling me he's going up against a fucking guy who's basically a god? Like,
No.
bullets have no effect on him. You know, he fucking flies, he shoots lasers, he's invincible.
That's what I mean. That's why everyone knew since the beginning that, like, especially the standard that Man of Steel set was when fucking Henry Cavill punched people, they fucking flew through buildings.
And
like,
those were just his own people.
yeah. The fuck happens when he punches a normal human in the fucking head?
There was no human left. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
So how are these fights gonna even happen before he gets the suit?
Yeah, because that's the other thing. You would think, like, even if Batman has the highest quality suit possible, like, Superman's punch is just gonna go right through his body.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's fucking
It's
super...
gonna punch. It's gonna be like Jason X, the Friday the 13th movie. Fucking Superman's gonna punch Batman in the head. Batman's head's gonna fly off. That's basically how that's gonna go.
Pretty much.
And some little kid's gonna see it and shit himself and fucking go home and cry about it, and his dreams are gonna be ruined. Then he's not gonna have any friends in high school. He's gonna have to drop out of high school in grade 11 or 12. Never have had a girlfriend. He got picked on a lot too. And they're gonna have to actually put him in a mental institution because of the crazy shit he saw. And they're gonna ask him to explain what he saw with dolls, which is just gonna freak him out more because nobody wants to explain shit with dolls.
It sounds like you're describing your life setup.
Fucking, what's gonna happen if I see Batman get his head punched off?
Newsflash, just to give you a warning, guys, this is exactly what's gonna happen to Wyatt.
If they punch Batman's head off, this is what's gonna happen. And then he's gonna have to explain everything with dolls, and then he's gonna be stuck there his whole life, and he's gonna get a little crazy and start fighting the other patients. So they're gonna move him to maximum security, where he's not gonna have visitation rights, and he's gonna be sitting there drooling with his head tilted to the right, bouncing it off the fucking wall.
Fuck, can we get any more dark here, or what?
Well, that's how stupid it is. That's what it's gonna do to people.
Are you gonna add a suicide in there
It's
somewhere?
what it's gonna do to people. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Alright, so I gotta show you something else. I actually completely forgot about this. The day before this trailer came out, they gave us a sneak peek at a scene. Do you remember when, on the other trailer where Batman was in the desert and he had a big overcoat on and he's fighting dudes and he fucking apparently breaks somebody's neck?
Oh, yeah.
So here's a clip. This is fucked. This clip is cooler than that trailer. Check this out. Told you, he's fucking ripped.
Ripped like a motherfucker. So what, these are like fucking Superman loyalists?
That's what I don't know. He started like an army or something.
That's kind of what's not making sense to me. That doesn't seem like something Superman would do. Raise an army of like fucking loyalists.
I know, that's why they... I don't know. It's kind of a cool clip, though.
It's a cool clip. I just don't...
Is that clip not cooler than the actual trailer?
It is. It's a cool clip, but again,
What the fuck, right?
Like, why is there fucking guys kneeling before Superman?
And this is the first trailer, I think. The IMAX trailer, is that the first one?
Today.
Yeah, this is the first trailer. This one was fantastic.
The world needs to
Nice and dark, kind of explains the story. You see Superman's getting this fucking... He's being put to trial for what he did to fucking Metropolis. And then you see fucking Bruce Wayne was there for it. And now he's pissed. See, this trailer made sense, right? Like, you saw this shit happen, and you were like, damn. The old Bruce Wayne manor. Everyone, see that note there, you let your family die? Everyone thinks that's the Joker. What do you think?
I think it is, but, you know, I could be wrong.
And there's another thing in here that makes people think it's the Joker. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Jason Todd. It's his suit, his Robin suit.
Well, in that case, it's gotta be the Joker.
That's what I mean. And it says, "Joke's on you, Batman," or something like that.
Must be Joker.
That's what I'm... See, this trailer is just so much fucking cooler.
understand what's going on there. It's like there's Batman loyalists and there's like Superman loyalists. They're fucking killing each other. And it's like, I don't. I'm sure the movie will explain it. I hope it explains it, but why?
See, this shot is the best thing they've shown us. Where the Batmobile is destroyed, he rips off the front, and right here, Batman just stands up and just faces him. And he's just like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care if you're a god. Bring it on.
That is why I love Batman. Just kind of like, let's do this. Let's do it, bro.
You may kill me, bro, but whatever. I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
That was such a fucking cooler trailer. So here's something that just kind of occurred to me. I think maybe it's not gonna be as bad as we're all worried about. Because if you watch both trailers, there's a lot of footage. A lot of footage in different places. I'm thinking this movie is gonna be close to 3 hours long.
It could.
And if that's the case, that won't necessarily be a bad thing. Because that means they could ease everybody in. Because look at all the stuff we gotta do. We gotta meet Bruce Wayne. We gotta see Superman go on trial and all that from the last movie. We gotta see the end of Man of Steel again. Because apparently that's how it opens, at the end of Man of Steel from Bruce Wayne's perspective. Then we gotta see the trial. All that. Then we gotta see what makes Batman be Batman again. Like all those letters and all that. Then he goes back to the Wayne Manor. Then we get that flashback it showed in the trailer of his family getting killed. And then there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff in Gotham. There's like 4 different fight scenes. There's one during the day, one in the night, one at this place, one in the desert. Where the fuck is this desert? Who are these fucking people? Why is Superman all pissed in this scene, then a good guy in this scene, and Wonder Woman? Like,
why is there fucking Superman loyalists? I'm really confused on that one.
there's so much going on. I think Superman goes rogue. Not intentionally. Like, he doesn't just go, I'm going to kill people now. I think something's going to happen where Lex Luthor makes him the bad guy. And then that's how he gets... Because you can see, the whole idea is Batman, he wants Batman to get rid of Superman. So I'm willing to bet he makes Superman the bad guy. That's why Batman goes after him. But obviously Batman can't fucking kill Superman.
Because it's Superman.
Obviously, so I don't know why Lex Luthor would even think that's a good idea.
I'll get the man with no powers to do it.
And then you see the scene where he finds the kryptonite and all. Like, I think it's going to be close to 3 hours. I think it's going to be a long-ass movie.
Oh, it's going to be a long-ass movie, no doubt.
And you know what? The other reason I think that is, did you ever see The Watchmen?
Yes, that was a long one.
And that was a Zack Snyder film. And it was amazing.
Very good movie.
It covered so much ground. It covered, like, the whole Watchmen story in one movie. Now, if this does that, great. I'll love it. If it does, like, the Watchmen had flashbacks, it told stories in different ways and shit like that, I'll totally be down for that. That would be epic. Epic, epic, epic. Yeah. Like, just epic.
Watchmen was a good movie, but man, critics shit on that movie.
I know. The only, like, I think one of his movies they haven't shit on is, what's the other? 300.
No, 300 was shit on a lot.
The original?
Oh, yeah. Critics fucking hated that movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought...
Audience members loved it.
I thought the original had a decent amount of good reviews.
I don't think so. I think, like, for critics, it was maybe around 50 or 60%.
I mean, I can kind of see it if you want to be super critical, I guess.
I think it's more like an audience member. It was higher rated.
I guess it's one of those movies that you see for entertainment, because it's really like a silly, over-the-top war film.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very, very over the top.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why critics come down on it. It's not like a character-driven film like most of those old-fashioned war films.
Yeah, and if you're to be critical, it's actually pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's like, it's just, yeah, I guess, critically I could see it. And then the last one, Rise of an Empire.
Got even worse reviews.
Yeah, and I've heard that one's. Everyone tells me mixed things. You tell me it's good.
I personally liked it myself.
Everyone else told me it's fucking terrible. Then we got this movie coming out next year too, Suicide Squad.
Which this actually does look pretty interesting.
This looks kind of awesome. This looks really dark.
Where? Let's just say I put him in the hole and threw away the hole.
Well, then again, it's a movie about villains, pretty much.
Yeah, and this looks like you could tell this wasn't made by Zack Snyder. It has a dark like tone, but there's no CGI. There's no green screen like backgrounds like Zack Snyder's style, which is fine. And even Croc, like Monster, the Croc, is not over the top the way Zack Snyder would have done it.
They're bad guys. Exactly.
They're bad guys. And Harley Quinn looks fucking phenomenal.
What makes you think
Oh, she looks good in this one.
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest is what I do for a living.
And the Joker looks pretty sweet. You know what that is, eh? That's fucking Leonardo DiCaprio's hot-ass wife from fucking Wolf of Wall Street.
Damn.
Now she's fucking Harley Quinn. It's like, every time I look at her like that now, it's like, I've seen you naked. See, that's his version of Croc. It's a practical effect, like a monster suit. Instead of a giant-ass monster.
all you need to know is you work
Deadshot looks sick. It's all practical effects here.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies.
That's one thing I don't
Some
like.
kind of Suicide Squad.
I hate... Oh, well, that's the other thing I don't like. Fucking Jai Courtney. Why the
Jai
fuck?
Courtney.
Why the fuck do we keep putting Jai Courtney in things?
Because he's got the abs?
He doesn't. He doesn't even have the abs.
I don't fucking know, man. Ladies love him.
Who? Which lady loves him?
Any girl who likes guys, apparently.
Oh my god, like it's just... This is another movie that looks like it's gonna be super long. There's Batman. It looks like it's gonna be a really long... Because look at, like, you see all the footage. Looks like there's a lot of ground to cover.
Other side about the crazy ones.
This laugh is like...
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. See, that looks pretty awesome, actually. Like,
That does look good.
what do you think of the Joker? I know everyone kind of has mixed, like... I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? I can't really say anything about this Joker until I see him in the movie.
More, right?
Yeah. I need to see him in action.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I love his laugh. I absolutely love the laugh he did. Jared Leto's a fantastic actor. And I don't know. I think the only thing I don't like about him is his look. I don't like his big silver teeth. I don't like his... Like, I like some of his tattoos, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Like, having damaged written across his forehead and the teardrop, I don't like that. And I don't know how I feel about them, like, they didn't give him white face paint this time. They made him just extremely pale. And then he has big red lips. Like, I don't know, I got mixed feelings on this Joker, too. Like, the way DC and Warner Brothers is handling this, I don't know. We've never seen DC movies like this.
No.
These are so much darker, but they're also so much more comic booky, but they're so much, like, not comic. Like, it's... Holy good fuck, man. Like, I've never been so confused about a movie. Like, The Force Awakens, you saw the trailer and you're like, this is gonna be amazing. Every trailer that comes out, you're like, this is gonna be amazing. But this, it's like, I don't know.
I like one thing, but then it does the other.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of like this, but I don't know how I feel about that. I like this. I don't like that. It's like, oh, what is it gonna be like? What the fuck, man? I bet, just from a business perspective, I bet they're gonna be amazing. They don't look necessarily amazing. The Suicide Squad looks really good, but I bet there's no way with all this hype, all the Marvel movies, there's no fucking way that fucking Warner Brothers is gonna risk having a bad Batman movie or a bad DC movie after all the shit they've been through.
Well, yeah, at this point they can't because their fucking Green Lantern movie flopped.
Everything else, Green Lantern, fuck, what else have they done? Like, I think everything except like the Dark Knight trilogy has flopped.
Yeah, I think pretty much.
Like Man of Steel didn't like totally flop, but it didn't do what they wanted it to.
But it did well enough.
It did well. It just didn't do what they wanted, and it got hated on by a lot of people. So, I don't think they can afford to fucking have two bad fucking.
No.
They'll never make another DC movie. Not for a long time.
At this point, like, if you compare DC and Marvel, Marvel can fuck up now and get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
DC can't.
Because they kind of have. If you really critically break down some of their movies.
A few aspects, yeah.
Yeah. But no one gives a fuck, because it's Marvel. And they've made so many other good movies. Like, I personally think Age of Ultron was shit.
I don't think it was shit. I enjoyed it, but the first Avengers was better.
You know, you tell a Marvel fanboy that, and they'll fucking lose their mind. Everything Marvel does is good.
There's no bad.
I think, like, Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of a big thing for them, too. Because that movie was huge.
To be honest, that's one of their best movies, I think.
It is. I think it's better than the Avengers. I think it's better than... I like Captain America Winter Soldier better than that.
That was a great movie.
That was fucking fantastic, was the Winter Soldier.
That was very well done.
But I think Guardians was better than all of the Iron Mans, all of the Thors.
Even the first Iron Man?
Yeah, fuck.
First Iron Man was pretty good.
Yeah. It was the best out of them all, but it was alright.
Yeah, it's more than alright.
It was alright.
I can.
It was like the first 2/3 were pretty good, and then the final third I thought was awful.
The final third wasn't awful.
I thought it was fucking... The last act I thought was shit.
Was not shit.
Because I thought originally, like in the beginning, it was like, oh, you got this cool character, you got this guy who's actually going through a change, and then you have to see how Iron Man becomes Iron Man and what happens with it. But then after that, for me, it kind of became your typical superhero movie. Yeah, right after that.
I would disagree for the first movie. I would say, like, you see that change even to the end, but then Iron Man 2, they tried to go with the Playboy aspect too much.
Yeah, and the same with all of them now. That's why I hate Tony Stark. That's why I can't stand Iron Man. He's just... I say Stifler if Stifler was smart. That's what I always say. He's Stifler in a Tin Man suit.
But still, I like Tony Stark. I don't think he's a bad character. It's just some of the things they do... some of the ways they handle his character they shouldn't have done. I liked his progression in the first one, and you know, say what you will about Age of Ultron, but I do understand his character's motivations in that movie and why he tries to build Ultron. Because to him, it's a solution.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna play into Civil War, Captain America.
No, they pretty much hate each other for most of the second Avengers.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't get along in the first one.
No. But, like, by the second one, Tony's like, okay, Captain America, you just stupid. I'm going to make world peace because, let's face it, we're going to be dead sometime soon. So, we need something.
Yeah.
Captain America's like, no, we'll be alive. We don't back down. Well, what do you have to?
No, we're not. Like, no, we don't have to.
And that's pretty much their argument.
Yeah, I don't know how many more movies they got in them. Like, because I think once Chris Evans signs off, Robert Downey signs off, and Hemsworth sign off, and all them, and they try to replace them,
it's gonna fail.
It's gonna fail. No one's gonna give a fuck anymore. Because apparently, Chris Evans only has what? How many more movies as Captain America? And then one of the other characters is supposed to take the Captain America shield.
Bucky Barnes, I think.
Yeah, he's supposed to take the shield. No, yeah, it's him or it's gonna be Falcon.
Yeah, it's one of
the
those two. I think.
And guess what? Captain America's gonna fucking suck after that. Chris Evans is kind of like the best Captain America.
Oh, he's awesome.
And same with, as much as I don't like Tony Stark,
Robert Downey Jr. kills it.
You can't get a better Iron Man than fucking Robert Downey Jr. They're fucked. Once they run out of all their stories and all that, and they're gonna keep trying to pump these movies out, they're gonna start going downhill.
That's kind of the thing. Like, if they're smart about it, they'll get to at least the third Avengers and let that be the final.
Yeah, they'll make a finale.
Like, let the third Avengers be the finale
for like that version of Marvel. You want to keep doing with other Marvel like Ant-Man, or you want to do? They're doing a Spider-Man reboot, and then don't even try Fantastic Four. You fucked that up big time.
That wasn't them though.
It's technically Marvel. It's Sony.
Well, by that logic, there's like several other movies that Marvel should be blamed for, but were made by Fox.
But it's because other companies made them.
Yeah.
Not Disney.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. You can't really blame Marvel because yes, the characters, the comics is theirs, but they have no rights over the movies.
Technically, but also Disney has all the rights over the Avengers.
Disney has the rights over the Avengers, but they can't do anything about Fantastic Four.
No, so technically it's technically all Marvel, but it's Disney, Sony, and Fox.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like all the actual comics.
Yes,
are Marvel,
they're technically all Marvel.
But it's just because of
Disney's been getting it right. Sony's, because the Amazing Spider-Man was hit and miss.
Yeah, and then Fox has just been fucking
Fox
it all
can't
up.
do shit.
Fox just fucked it all up.
What's the X-Men? What is that? Sony or
no Fox?
Fox. Some of the X-Men are pretty good.
Some, like the newer ones are good.
Yeah, and I guess the very first one was before they sold everything when Marvel was just Marvel.
Yeah.
But I heard the last one. I never seen it, but I heard Days of Future Past was awesome.
It was pretty good.
And then Deadpool comes out.
Yeah,
that might be the first Marvel movie that I really love.
Yeah, but it's not. It's Fox.
Still Marvel.
Yes, but made by Fox.
Okay, so the first non-Disney Marvel movie.
Because don't forget, yes, the character is Marvel license or Marvel comic, but the movie is Fox. Marvel has no control whatsoever.
Technically, Marvel doesn't have control over any of them, though.
No. Well, Marvel has no...
Marvel just cashes the checks. They don't have any say. Fucking studios have all the say.
Yeah. Well, they don't... Well, Marvel doesn't even get that much money from Sony or any of them.
No, they don't. Well, they get maybe probably 10% royalty, 5% royalty.
I would say less than that.
Less than? I don't know, man.
Because Marvel has zero say over what they do.
No, I think they just get royalty fees. Anything that has the Marvel logo on, they make money from. Like anything that has the Marvel logo on it, they get a little bit of money from, which is a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deadpool looks fucking awesome. I hope it's awesome, mainly for Ryan Reynolds' sake, because...
He needs a good movie.
I like Ryan Reynolds. I don't like him as an actor, because he does so many stupid-ass fucking movies, but...
Yeah. Well, he's a good actor. He just picks the worst movies.
He picks retarded movies. Like his rom-com days, even though most of his rom-coms are pretty shitty, they were decent. Like, he did decent in them.
What fucking movie nearly ruined him was that fucking
R.I.P.D.
Yeah, the fucking Men in Black fucking ripoff.
I watched that recently on Netflix. Holy fuck! I couldn't finish it, dude. It was so bad.
It looked terrible.
So bad. Then he's done other bad movies though. Like he did that movie Safe House with Denzel Washington, completely bombed.
It wasn't a terrible movie though.
Oh, it bombed though, and it got shit on.
But I watched the movie. It's not a terrible movie.
And then he was in that movie where he's buried the whole movie. That got
killer reviews though.
But it bombed, made no money.
Yeah, but
because that's the thing.
It got killer reviews. Everybody said it was a great movie.
But if you're in the film industry and you want to keep getting roles, you got to get killer reviews. and sell well.
That's true.
You can't have one or the other.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is like he does pick some good movies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in that case, Buried is supposed to be one of his best ones.
Yeah, but it sold like shit.
Sold like shit, but quality wise.
Yeah. But then, like, Blade 3 was awful. He was the best part, because the movie was shit.
Terrible movie.
But he was funny as fuck in it. He has potential to be a good actor, and I think he... Oh, that's the other thing that ruined his career, was being Deadpool in X-Men Origins.
Yeah, that was another one.
That fucked it up for everybody.
That was a terrible movie.
It was awful. Fucking those CGI claws. Oh my god. But then... Yeah, that comes out next year, too. Holy shit. We got a lot of good movies coming out. But guess what the first one is?
What?
The Force Awakens.
Yes.
That's next. That's only in a couple weeks. And we'll definitely be reviewing that shit, because that looks fucking amazing.
Fuck yeah, we will.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, back to Batman, though. So you think Ben Affleck was a good choice for Batman, then?
So far, it seems like he's a good choice. I mean, I could be proven wrong seeing the movie, but so far it seems like he's a good choice for Batman.
Were you ever skeptical about it? Because I
was skeptical at first. Because I never imagined Ben Affleck as Batman. I could imagine him as Bruce Wayne when I first heard about it. But I wasn't sure, like, okay, I can see the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He'd be a great Bruce Wayne. But can he play Batman? I don't know. I've never thought of him that way.
I was one of the ones that, like, the internet flipped, right? And usually when the internet flips, the person quits. Like, Charlie Hunnam was supposed to be Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. Internet flipped, and on top of that, he probably read the script and was like, this is garbage. And he quit the next day.
Understandable.
That always happens when the internet flips out about a casting choice. Fucking internet basically controls the movie industry.
Fucking media controls everything.
Yeah, so they quit. And so many people flipped royal shit when they're like, Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman. They're like,
oh, I saw the shitstorm.
No.
Get us Christian Bale. What the fuck?
Why is Christian Bale be Batman? This is a different universe. I don't give a fuck.
Give me Christian Bale.
But here's the thing. One, when it was announced Christian Bale was gonna be Batman, people said the same shit. What? Christian Bale? How the fuck is he gonna be Batman? That doesn't make any fucking sense. What? No. Like,
no.
And then look at that. Look at Batman Begins. Look at the Dark Knight trilogy. He's like the most popular Batman now. And everyone thinks when they hear Christian Bale, they're like, Batman. So, Batman. And then on top of that, Ben Affleck is just a fucking awesome actor. The dude's killer. Like, he's done a few stupid movies, but he's also done some really good shit.
His acting was never a doubt in my mind. Like, I've seen the Ben Affleck movies. He, like you said, he's a great actor. I haven't seen one. Me personally, I haven't seen any of his bad ones yet. I've just seen his good ones.
Just like old rom-coms he did in the 90s and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, as much as I liked him, I thought, oh, he's a wicked actor. Again, I was still a little bit unsure. Now, I wasn't one of those trolls who went online and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, like Ben Affleck, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I need to see more footage before I'm convinced.
I kind of was digging it when I saw the first look. I was like, okay, he looks like Batman. He looks like an awesome Batman. Like, you look at that poster up there, he looks wicked. And then the first trailer dropped and you see Bruce Wayne, you're like, okay,
I can buy it.
yep, he's Batman. I was never skeptical, and I'm happy to say it. All those people, our friend was very skeptical about it. I'm happy to say to all those people, you were wrong. Fucking, he looks awesome.
You were wrong. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, eat dick. Yeah, people just don't like change, right? Like, same with Star Wars. When Disney bought Lucasfilm, people fucking lost their minds. Like, Disney's gonna make Star Wars?
They're gonna ruin it.
They're gonna be shit. And it's like, how do you ruin what's already shit? Did you see the fucking prequels?
Those were like they're terrible.
Nothing's gonna get worse. We're fine. Like, even if they're bad, they're gonna be better in the prequels.
Yeah. Because, like, Disney actually knows what to fucking do.
Yeah. The only thing is, as long as they're not super kid-like, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Which, by the trailers, look really fucking good.
Oh, yeah. No, from the trailers, it looks like the old movies.
Oh my fuck. Do you see the thing on the internet? Parents are all flipping out because of the rating of The Force Awakens.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's PG-13. Every Star Wars movie prior has been PG. This is PG-13 because it's supposed to be a little darker.
Which is good.
That's good for the story. But parents are like, what? Why is Star Wars PG-13? My kids want to see Star Wars.
And now I can't take them.
Fucking Christ.
Well, fucking wait then.
Well, then that sucks for you that they're actually making a good Star Wars movie. People just don't like change. After Batman vs. Superman comes out, if it does well, and then Suicide Squad, and the Batman, and the Justice League, and if it does well, people are going to love it. They're going to be like, Ben Affleck's the best Batman ever.
He so kicks Christian Bale's ass.
And then guess what? 20 years from now, 10, 15 years from now, they're going to talk about Christian Bale's the way we talk about Michael Keaton's.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he was alright, but, nah. And then, as soon as Ben Affleck's run is over,
Then
the
the
new
new one.
Batman comes in,
I'd be like, what the
fucking Ben
fuck?
Affleck sucked as Batman. Like, it's the way it always is. Always. Like, I know so many, and everyone I know, like, that hate fucking Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, I hear a lot of people like, no, Jack Nicholson's the only Joker. It's like, dude, let it go. Let it go. Fucking things change.
That was back then.
They know that Heath Ledger's is better, but it's like, it's the nostalgia. It's like, I can't admit it. I just can't. Like, if a Terminator movie came out that was better than the original Terminator, you would never admit it. You'd be like, no.
No, it's just not possible.
No, it doesn't. No.
No.
Fuck you. Like,
What are you talking about? There's only.
but
one,
it was
there's
so
only one.
good. It was so good. No, it was, yeah, but no. It was like,
Yeah, but no, but fuck you.
and that's just what it is. People don't want to admit the change. Maybe these Batman versus Superman movies will be the best Batman movies we've gotten yet.
They could. We won't know until we see it.
Man of Steel, even though, like I said, I don't like it, I still think it's the best Superman movie we've ever got. Because I think the old ones are fucking awful. And I think Superman Returns was terrible. Man of Steel was just bad. Like,
Again, I disagree. I don't think Man of Steel is a bad movie.
that's like how I chart it. So they're getting better.
So they're getting better.
Fuck. But yeah, so we'll see, I guess. Like, I'm pumped. I love the look of Batman. I think Batman looks sick. I'm a huge Batman fan. I'm not really a Superman fan, but Batman is the sole reason I'm seeing this movie. And I think Ben Affleck's got what it takes.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's the hero we deserve. Maybe not the one we need right now, but he's the...
No, he's the one we need right now. Let's be
No, you know
honest.
what? I take Christian Bale back just because I haven't seen Ben Affleck yet. So at this point, he hasn't wooed me enough where I'm going to choose him over Christian Bale, but who knows? Maybe I'll be really surprised if it's better than the Dark Knight trilogy. And you know what? Every movie has haters, right? Like, worldwide, the Dark Knight trilogy is known for being spectacular. Especially the Dark Knight.
But you're gonna have people who dislike
But there's
it.
so many people that hate it. Oh, this is stupid. That's not how it was in the comics. And then so many people hate Dark Knight Rises. There's so many plot holes. The Batman's not. Oh, shut the fuck up. Like, just like that's why I hate when movies are based on things like books or comics or characters.
Because then you get the people who are like, oh, this didn't happen. How is this supposed to go?
Or because then if you don't, because either it's going to be like the director does their own thing, which is good for the audience that didn't read the comics. Or then the director goes on the comics or the book, and the people who didn't read the book don't know what the fuck is going on.
Or you get the directors who try to go in between.
Yeah, and that's basically like as long as like you gotta judge the movie on the movie, you gotta exclude the comics and the books, blah blah blah. Unless like Batman vs Superman comes out and Batman like is half ant or something, like they made like a serious change to it, then you're gonna be like, no,
Well,
no.
That's the kind of thing of taking, making adapting something from another medium is that you adapt and translate
You have to remember your audiences.
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch this?
translate it into the movie format how movie format's supposed to be.
Yeah, like.
Because, you know, some things about a book you can't put in a movie.
Mm-hmm. But then, like, I hate, and you got to realize that, like, when a movie comes out, like, I didn't like The Maze Runner. I thought it was, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. And everyone who would admit to me, like, I have a certain, I'm not going to say her name, but a certain person would admit, yeah, the movie's bad, but in the books they did like this. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't read the books. I'm judging the movie. Like, and the movie wasn't good.
I didn't think that was a bad movie as far as the teen movies
You're
go.
critical fucking...
Well, I'm just telling you.
You suck.
I'm just saying, like, of all the fucking teen romance, dystopian wars...
No, it's not the worst.
Wars going on. Like, this one actually didn't follow a lot of the typical cliches.
Not yet.
No, it hasn't been following the cliches at all. Like, I watched the second Maze Runner.
Yeah, but the third one...
It butchered like, it took that romance cliche and bonked it over the head.
Maybe the third one will bring a new one in.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
They could spin it out of, like, their fucking ass and make something, but...
Yeah, these tween movies are all gonna die off anyway. They become less popular every year. Like, every year. Fucking...
I don't know, they're still going strong.
They're still going, but they're not nearly as popular. Like, the Hunger Games, the first two that came out had massive lineups. Everywhere you look, someone was holding the Hunger Games book. Everyone had that little pin or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like, fuck, you're the only person I know who fucking seen the thing.
It was more than just me.
I don't know. No one, my family or my other friends or anyone I know haven't seen anything on Facebook that has seen fucking the newest movie.
Yeah, it's been like a week since it came out.
Yeah, I just you are the first person. I've been waiting. I was surprised. I've been waiting for you to come up to me and say, "Man, I saw Hunger Games. I know you like Hunger Games." And I'm like, no one has said that to me. I remember even like when the last one came out, people were making statuses. Oh, we're going to see the Hunger Games tonight. Ah! Like, no, it's the same with every trilogy though, or big movie like that.
No.
Same with the Twilight movies. The first few, man, they sold so fucking well, like Titanic well. And the last couple, they're just, I don't even fucking care anymore. Like,
Well, the last ones were still making good money though.
not as good as the first if you compare.
When you compare, but still, you know, like.
But the popularity just dies, right? Like.
Well, in a way, it depends on the franchise. In Twilight, that popularity never really died down. It kind of did, but it was.
It did in the sense of like. When Twilight came out, when the first one came out, and New Moon first came out.
Well, it's like when the first two came out, that's when the popularity was the highest.
Exactly.
I will agree. But even by the fourth one, even after the bullshit 2 parts that they tried to do, a lot of people were still like, yeah, Twilight.
Yeah, but it wasn't as crazy, like...
Wasn't as crazy, but it was still pretty, like...
Yeah, you got your fans, but anyone who wasn't a fan didn't watch it at that point, whereas the first two, you got random people going in to watch it, like, what's this movie?
Yeah, but that's really any, like, franchise starter.
Yeah, and that's why it's so popular, like... I remember Twilight would be on the news, and they'd have lineups around movie theaters in fucking Toronto, and little girls getting interviews, and every time Robert Pattinson was in the news, it was like, ah! And that died off by Eclipse. No one gave a fuck anymore. They're like, I'm gonna go see the movie, and I love the movie, but the whole Team Edward Jacob thing kind of died off after Eclipse. So Eclipse came out, it was still into it. By the time Breaking Dawn came out, no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's same with everything, like, same with Marvel movies. Marvel movies still make a killing, yes. But the Age of Ultron didn't do nearly as well as the first Avengers.
I wouldn't say nearly as well. It came close to it.
Money-wise, maybe, but fuck, man.
Critics-wise, no.
No. But I remember, like, same thing when the first Avengers came out, people were ecstatic. Avengers cartons, Avengers...
Well,
here's Avengers makeup, like, fucking...
Yeah.
Basically how The Force Awakens is right now.
Well, that's the kind of thing, though. Like, the Avengers was the first superhero crossover. Like, there's been other movies in the past, but those were, like, low-budget, shitty-ass films. This was the first cinematic, like, get a shit ton of heroes together. DC hasn't done this, and no other has done this. Fox, Sony hasn't done this. This is Marvel doing this. This was, like, super new. It hadn't been done before, really.
But I think that's what it is. Something new shows up, people love it. Then after like a couple years, couple sequels, people just don't care as much.
Well, no, except for, like you said, the kind of
Die-hard
hardcore.
fans, yeah, like the fucking people who love it. Like,
Which, depending on what the movie is in question, that can be quite the big
Yeah.
fan base.
but you'll just see less of it. Like right now, everywhere you go, you see Star Wars. Everywhere, every store you go in, they're selling
Yeah.
Star Wars candy, Star Wars makeup, Star Wars
Yeah.
toys, Star
Well,
Wars alarm clocks.
It's been so long since the last
Yeah.
one.
Exactly, but I bet you by episode 8, it won't be like that.
No.
It'll make a lot of money. People will be stoked for it, but it won't be like that.
Not the initial craze, no.
And same with Batman versus Superman when it comes out. I bet there'll be Batman and Superman shit everywhere for like the first while, and then by the time the Batman comes out, or the first the first Justice League will probably be like that too. But by the time Justice League 2 comes out, nah. It'll crazy money, but it won't be like in your face everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, did you know that they were doing a Star Wars movie every year?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
That worries me.
That's I don't know how I feel about that either. It's like it's Disney and they've been doing that with the Avengers, so it could be good. They're all like spin-off movies. Like this year we get episode 7 obviously in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then like next year we get like Rogue One, which I guess is a prequel to A New Hope. It shows how the rebels got a hold of the plan that Darth Vader boards their ship for.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's kind of cool. We'll see if it's any good, but it's kind of cool. And then apparently we're getting like a Boba Fett movie, and then we're getting like a Han Solo movie, and all these spin-offs, and then we're getting movies based on the books, like the Old Republic, the New Republic, the shit like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I kind of want them to do? They'll never do it because they've already been done. Redo the prequels. Like, completely. Like, let's just do the stories over. Like, give us a good Anakin Skywalker. Give us a good first 3 movies. Just like new scripts, new actors, new cast, new director, new fucking don't do it all on a green screen.
Get J.J. Abrams to do it.
Yeah, do the prequels over, like, well. And do them the way they were, like, described. The way Obi-Wan said in A New Hope was Anakin was an amazing Jedi for the light side, but he got seduced by the dark side. Now, the way the prequels showed it was Anakin was just a fucking douchebag the whole time.
And a creepy-ass douchebag, too.
Yeah, like, I slaughtered them like animals.
And then, like, the one scene, he always gives the creepy stare.
Yeah, like
actually, it's a really fucking creepy stare.
he just, like, it's so bad. The prequels are just so fucked up. I might watch one tonight just to fucking laugh at it. Just be like, stupid.
Like, stupid, fuck Lucas.
Like, do you hear what he recently said about Star Wars?
What?
So, they asked him a couple questions. They asked George Lucas, like, why did you quit Star Wars? His answer was fucked. He's like, well, see, people keep criticizing me. And the way they wanted to go was like space adventure action, which is not what Star Wars was. It was a soap opera about family issues. And I didn't want to go that route, and apparently nobody wanted to see my soap opera about family issues. So I decided to sell it. And that's legit that's not quote unquote, but that's what he said. It was supposed to be a soap opera about family issues, but nobody wanted to see that.
The old movies were not fucking soap
No,
operas.
he's like, I feel like I just keep getting criticized. So, like,
so I quit.
You are getting criticized because the prequels are garbage. Like,
they're stupid soap operas.
and then fucking, like, the Crystal Skull was garbage, so you clearly can't do shit. Like, and the next thing they asked him was like, what do you think of The Force Awakens? And he's like, it's kind of like an ex-girlfriend where like you go to the party and you attend the wedding and the event and you smile, but it's really awkward. And it's like you're such a fuck. Why can't you just be like, yeah, these people made a better movie than I did? I'm shit, apparently. But yeah, you compared it to having like an ex-wife or something, and he's like, you go and put on a fake smile, and he's like, I'll be going to the premiere, and I'll put on a fake smile, but I'll be hurting inside. It's like,
hurting inside.
It's like, all right, buddy, fucking Mr. Sensitive over here. Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuck, Kermit probably sends hate mail to J.J. Abrams.
He's like, I'm really, and you know George Lucas. He's not gonna be like, fuck you, J.J. Abrams. He's gonna be like, I'm deeply hurt by what you've done.
Yeah.
Why is everyone responding to your movie better?
What did you do?
He's gonna be like that. This is not soap opera. Where are the green screens? Like,
I used all green
did
screens.
you
Why
use
aren't
practical effects? That's not what Star Wars is about. Like, that's the way he's gonna. He fucking Jordan. You broke my heart.
you? I'm crying inside.
You see that drop on the page? That's a tear. Fuck, man. I bet J.J. Abrams is like, fucking dude, such a weirdo.
Probably.
Fucking like.
Whenever you see him in pictures and photos, he acts like a fucking weirdo.
I know.
I've never seen a photo. And like, it was so fucking wrong. There's like this.
I gotta show
There's
you
like
some.
this big buff guy holding George up by his crotch. What? I'm not even shitting you. He's fucking holding up George Lucas, and one of his hands is grabbing, like practically crushing his crotch, and George is smiling.
I think that's saying that every time you see the guy, he's always smiling and he doesn't get mad. He has no emotion except what can you do better? And fucking Natalie Portman. There's like behind the scenes footage of Natalie Portman getting pissed because she's doing the Attack of the Clones factory scene, but it's all CGI and she's trying to do it. She's like, "This is ridiculous," and he's like, "No, just keep trying."
No, just keep trying.
No motivation. He's not like those directors who are like, "No, you're Padme, you're doing this is what you're feeling, this is this, go." He's just like, "No, do better." Like, keep going. I saw this, I'm going to show you in a minute. I saw this SNL video where they were doing auditions for The Force Awakens. They're auditioning other celebrities and stuff. Yeah. And then George Lucas just kind of appears in the background. And he's like, "No, that's not..." And he starts complaining about, "That's not how that goes." He starts complaining about how they fucking do it. And it was hilarious. Whoever played George Lucas was awesome. The dude's so fucked. Like, whenever J.J. Abrams, like, is asked about the prequels, he doesn't even... He just won't talk about the prequels. Because he wants to be like, "They're balls." But he can't do that because he works for Lucasfilm.
Yeah, that's true. You can't really insult them.
Yeah, you can't work for a company and be like, "We made some shit."
We made some terrible movies.
But fucking... Yeah, like, he just ignores them. He's like, "We're going back to the practical effects from the original trilogy. Ah!" Like, I want someone to be like, "JJ, what do you think of the prequels?" And he'd be like,
"They suck."
But he's gonna, he'd have that vague answer like, "I just love Star Wars." Like,
yeah.
That's all there is to it. And be like, "No, what do you think of the prequels though?" "I love Star Wars." Like,
yeah.
That's all I can say. Like, that's what they pay me to say. That's what I'm gonna say. I love Star Wars. Just keep smiling. Like,
Yeah, I love Star Wars. Please go away.
What do you actually think of the prequels? Fucking shit. Shut up.
The shit, okay? The fucking shit. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Just shh. Keep that on the DL. There's a rumor that you're gonna see Jar Jar Binks' skull in the movie somewhere. Just has a big middle finger to Jar Jar Binks. Who the fuck? This is why George Lucas got fired. Is Jar Jar Binks?
Like, who makes a fucking character like that?
Fuck the cartoon rabbit.
Cartoon rabbit.
Fucking, that's what Mr. Plinkett, the guy who's like, "But I already did the review." That guy. He's what he calls him, the cartoon rabbit. Oh. All right, I think that should end our podcast.
Yeah.
Next, or I don't know what we're doing next week, but I might upload a couple videos. I might do a look at the Kylo Ren lightsaber. Maybe a let's play. I still gotta get that Alien Isolation let's play up. Yeah, we're gonna try to get some more footage out to you guys. The week after next week, we're probably gonna get a lot of videos up.
A lot more than usual.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
don't know. We're thinking of doing something for Star Wars because Force Awakens comes out. We're doing the review, but we're thinking of either reviewing all the other movies or doing commentaries or just I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that ends our Batman versus Superman podcast. What do you guys think of Batman versus Superman? If you're still listening, why don't you comment below what you thought of the new trailer? And if you're still listening, thanks a lot. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're going to be posting as much as we possibly can. But yeah, thanks, guys. Next week, we'll do what we can. I can't guarantee anything. Everything's been so fucked up. This is like our first podcast in like a month. All right, Dark Alley Productions signing off.
Yeah.